So we got into some trouble this day with some members of the LGBTQ society, and this is what led to all this altercation. But before that, let me just give you a little bit backstory about Mtwapa. Mtwapa, a town located in the Kenya's Kilifi County, situated around 16 kilometers from the CBD of Mombasa. It is a place which most tourists visit because of its unique nightlife activities, and also Mtwapa is known as the village that never sleeps. There's a lot of pubs, clubs, and entertainment joints that you can find around Mtwapa. So Mtwapa, as you know, it offers a lot of things, and if you're new to this area, you're going to face a lot of, maybe culture shock. There's some beggars there, some white beggars in Mtwapa, so you're going to find all sorts of people because there's some tourists who come here and spend all their money on women, liquor, and just unnecessary things. So spend wisely, because they always say Mombasa raha. Mombasa is full of life. People like to party. Women there are really easygoing. But the beaches actually around Mtwapa are a little bit crowded compared to that of the south coast, specifically Diani beach. People here like to party, like to have fun. There's a lot of entertainment spots around Mtwapa, so yeah, you're going to have a nice time. Mtwapa is a party place for people that prefer nightlife over beach life. But over the years, especially when the COVID-19 came, a lot of clubs around Mtwapa kind of collapsed, and business wasn't that good. Even this day, I don't even remember the name of this club. We were just walking around, strolling around Mtwapa streets at night, and you're going to see a lot of women on the streets. We were just going to have some fun. But right now, Bamburi is like the new Mtwapa, because Mtwapa was overtaken by Bamburi. Right now, Bamburi is like the new Mtwapa because Bamburi is a suburb, and it has witnessed a rapid growth over the past 5 years to become not only Mombasa's entertainment hub, but also the main residential area for majority of lower middle class people under the age of 40. But we didn't get a chance to visit Bamburi because our time was really limited. We just passed by. And one thing, especially when visiting these nightclubs, you need to have an open mind and just be free spirit and enjoy the night. One thing that you need to be cautious is taking photos of people, especially at these nightclubs and this pub. You need to ask permission first, because I remember when we were entering the club, this bouncer who was specifically placed at the entrance kept on searching us, and he saw my camera, and he became a little bit curious, because at first he was thinking that I was carrying maybe a gun. He let me in with the camera, but you need to be really cautious, especially at these clubs, because there's some married people, men and women, going to have fun. And maybe you may capture a man cheating on his wife. So we entered this club. We were trying to find a nice spot. It was around 10:30 p.m. The club was fairly packed, but it wasn't that much, because in Nairobi it's a little bit different. When you go to nightclubs around 6 p.m., 6 or 7 p.m., it's already fully packed. It wasn't that fully packed, so we tried to find a place to sit. We went to the counter first, ordered some few drinks, and the funny thing is, this guy at the counter opened one of the drinks that we ordered, and he instructed us to go at a spot that we are comfortable with, and he was going to bring the drinks to our table. It was a little bit suspicious because he kept on talking with some few girls. Some few girls were coming to the counter, and whisper something. So I decided to grab that drink and went with it, and the rest, I told him to come with the rest unopened, which is a good thing. You need to be really cautious, especially when you are around a new environment, around new people, and around new town. You need to be really cautious, because we had so many stories around Mtwapa. People getting robbed, and there's a common drug which is usually used across the country, not only in Mtwapa. It's called mchele. Mchele is a Swahili term for rice, and this drug, when they put in your drink, you maybe become dizzy, fall asleep, and they take your belongings, right? We found a really chill spot. We had some drink or two. So these two women were lovers, identifying themselves as lesbians. It was around morning hours before we left the club, so we were just having like our last drink before we check out, and we got into some altercation with these two women. And it happened when I was dancing. I was panning my camera from left to right, and it happened they appeared in my frame. I wasn't even paying attention to them, so they assumed maybe I was recording them to go and post it somewhere. of which now I'm just posting it on YouTube, but their faces were not captured. So they were really aggressive. They came to our sitting area, started confronting me, telling me why I'm recording them and this and that. They were really furious and mad. And yeah, I understand them. When you go to clubs, you don't just record anyone, and it wasn't my intention to record them. Fairly enough, I didn't record too much action because the club was fully packed around 12 a.m. so I didn't record too much of it because I didn't want to be in so many altercations. And I'm using a very fragile camera, and people, when they're drunk, they can do the unthinkable, right? But eventually we settled the case. The bouncers came. It was a really messy situation. Apart from that, we had so much fun, and see you on the next episode, guys.